Shalom, Salakia, man. I'm gonna have to restart this video. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors, which hold their kind of composure and integrity. Alright, this is Yahweh. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. But, it's Satan at work, man. That's all it is. I've been having 5G connection the entire time, but the minute I try to make a video, I got one bar on 4G. So it is what it is. But with that, I want to talk about etiquette in the ministry. When you go into that word etiquette, I actually pulled it up before I made this lesson. I was going to make this lesson. But when you go into the word etiquette, okay, it's basically having a proper behavior. All right. In every job that you do in the world, you got to abide by certain rules and guidelines and, just a certain way that you got to present yourself for that job. Because you got to remember, when you work at a job, you're actually representing the image of that company. And if that company, if you acting outside of what that company prescribes as etiquette, well then, they'll cast you out. They'll fire you. And it applies to the scriptures. It applies to this truth as well, man. Being in this ministry, it's a job. This is a spiritual job, man. It's our physical, spiritual job, but it also matters the most. Okay, done plenty videos about you got the world, you got this truth, but not to say that things in the world don't truly matter, because they do. But how you react in both aspects, reflects you. Because whether you put in business, whether you put in your hand to work in business in the world, or if you're working for this truth, the behavior that you show is going to reflect on what type of person you are. Okay? And so, with Jake, you got to always keep that in remembrance. All right? The Lord, gave a declaration on how a man of the Lord should be, how they should be to one another, and how they should be to themselves. That's why, I had this lesson a minute ago, but I had to stop it because, I couldn't even get a signal out. But, the scriptures are not there for your own interpretation or how you feel you should act. All right, the scriptures are there to keep a man basically furnished in good works. Like it says in, what is that, 2 Timothy? Is that 2nd or 1 Timothy? That's 2 Timothy 3:16. It says that all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine. So it's there to teach you. Okay? The Lord teaches a man, just like any other job or boss, he's got a set of rules of behavior too. And if you can't abide by those rules or those guidelines, well then he'll fire you. All right? And in this sense, he'll just bug your ass out till he destroy you. Okay? But it says that all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, so teaching, for reproof, for correction. Oh, it says for correction right there. Which, hold on. Before I pull this up, let me look up the word correction. The word correction goes into the action or process of correcting something. So rectifying, righting, all right? It says a change that rectifies an error or inaccuracy. So when you're trying to learn how to how to present yourself or act or behave in a setting or scenario, you come to David's a perfect example, man. When he was among the kings, when he was among when he was with King Saul, it said that he behaved himself wisely. You got to have a certain decorum and a certain code and conduct when you're in this ministry, man. Because like I said, it matters. It matters. It truly does matter, man. The Lord's not coming to save a bunch of brats, okay? He's not coming to save a man who's always fooling around and taking everything as a joke or slacking, being lazy, he's not coming to save a sluggard. All right? He's coming to save those that have had a proper discretion. Okay? Which, let me read this word again. The word etiquette. The word etiquette means the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. Now, is this not our profession? Being in this ministry, man, you know, the scriptures say that we are called, man. And it talks about when you come into this, you know, when you are, when you take on the role of a, you know, of a soldier, it says that you purchase to yourself a good profession. All right, so you got to have a certain polite behavior in the ministry, okay? And that comes from applying wisdom. That comes from your daily interactions, okay? And your daily behavior and response. Hey, man, because, hey, I've been saying this quite a bit lately, man. Your reaction matters the most in this time. All right, this time is judgment. Okay, I may be perfect, thoroughly furnished. All right, so detailed. Can't forget what the word detail means. Damn, always accidents, man, on this road, man. When I'm driving to camp, I'm going to camp right now. But to be thoroughly furnished, meaning to be detailed and basically, you know, flawless, man. Fervent means that you're passionate. All right. So furnished means to be available, to be rented with furniture, or let's try. To provide a house or room with furniture and fittings. It says to supply someone with something, be a source of, to provide. So going back to, So going back to 2 Timothy 3:16, that the man of the Most High may be thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Because what you're taking in, man, is what you got to teach. All right? If you've been called to this ministry, man, you got to teach. All right, that's our job. So you got to be. So what you're providing from the works that you're committing, or that you're, you know, learning from or trying to obtain, you got to. That's why it's called to educate and enlighten. Salakia, damn. You're drawing from within to provide. All right. We're not just a bunch of thugs and hoodlums, man. Just getting nothing in this thing, man. We're acquiring knowledge. All right, but that comes again with a proper behavior. Like I said, man, the Lord's not going to come back and you know, he ain't going to save the adulterers, the liars, the fornicators, the profane, the effeminate. You know, it tells you that in 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter. No, ye not. You know, men stealers, backbiters, shit. From a range of books, man. You got in Revelation, you know, Revelation, where it talks about, you know, the sorcerers and the man, I can't remember what scripture is talking about. But then you got anything that exalts it or asserts itself against the knowledge and the scriptures, then the Lord's not going to save that type of person. Again, man, you know, it would look silly if the Lord saves one elect, but he's just full of covetousness, full of all bad attributes, you know, being an adulterer, you know, he's fornicating, worshiping another God. How would that look, man? This guy gets saved and he's worshiping Jesus or Allah or Buddha or some shit. But the 143,999 are worshiping all in truth and sincerity. It wouldn't make sense. All right. So again, man, having a proper etiquette, which also leads to discretion. All right. That's why the scriptures talk about discretion. All right, hold on. Let me go and get it. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not on that side of the road. Hey, man, discretion is one of my favorite words. Just bear with me never glitches like this, man, whenever I'm on bullshit, man, on the phone. Fine. Discretion means the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense. So if you cause offense in this ministry, man, it's taken pretty seriously. All right, the Lord takes offense. And he tells you in Matthew the 13th chapter, he's going to cast all things that offend into a lake of fire, or all things that offend into a furnace. All right, and essentially anything that is against the scriptures. That's what's going to be cast into the destruction in this time. So you would be wise to avoid, or to do your best to avoid offending the Lord. Actually, it tells you that. I want to quote it more than find it, because this fucking phone right now. Let me see. I'm going to just type like this. Bear with me real quick. This is Rock 17:25. It says, "Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less." Okay? That's why it's a practice right now. That's why we rehearse. Alright, we're practicing a better etiquette, a better conduct, having better discretion. Alright? But that comes through how you respond in your daily life. If you acting like a nigga in your daily life, then you're gonna be one in the truth. If you have a bad fucking attitude every time you're criticizing this thing, man, well then that's how you're gonna react in the last days. Alright, when all hell breaks loose. See, man, being in this truth, it really does reveal a man. It really does, man. That's why Hebrews the 4th chapter, the 12th verse. That the truth, man, the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword. All right, dividing even the asunder of the deepest thoughts and intents of the heart. Like, bro, you have no idea, man. Like, people come into this thing, and they think they're gonna skid by or slack or, glaze and this and that, man, and just half-ass it in this thing, man. It ain't like that, man. You are required to put your full, you're required to put both hands on that plow and push. All right, and if you want to sit there and sulk like a little bitch and have an attitude to be a brat, act a spoiled so-called white man in this time, all right? Oh my God, man. Bros that see my videos, man, how many times do I got to deal with connection issues, man? I got one of the newest phones and whatever, man. Lord willing, y'all hear me still. Anyways, man, while I'm saying it, I'm reacting to it. It's annoying. It's just annoying. But we continue to go on, which, I mean, I can make it spiritual and correlate it like, you can't be a bad apple in this thing. All right? Yeah, we get frustrated. We get irritated. We're in the flesh. We'll be hasty at times. But the main goal is to always tip the balance for the good, always. You're gonna have that balance of negative, man. Or you're gonna have that scale, that weight scale with some negativity at times. But you always want to tip the balance, especially in this time. Again, like I said, it matters the most. So, hey, man, the scriptures say, for the ministry's sake, you want to avoid being blamed in this time, man. You want to have a good report. We already know, man. We're not gonna have a perfect report this time, only because you got the wicked, hating the righteousness, and we're speaking righteousness. All right, and they think it's strange knowledge to them. All right, which that goes back to mysterious or mystery or foolish knowledge. It's a mystery to them, a mysterion. All right, but for the ministry's sake, we don't advocate certain behavior, man. Great Millstone, man, we don't do a lot of stuff that we're accused of. I'll say majority of it. I'll say all of it. I dare say all of it, man. Because, I know I ain't heard everything, man. But there are things that we already know, like, there are lawful things, man, that we're allowed to do, but it's not expedient in this time. But there are things also what we know to an extent it's not per se wrong, but it's not a way you should want to go. That's that etiquette. Well, I'm not connecting any bad behavior towards our behavior in this ministry, man. I'm just letting you know that Great Millstone is notorious for being accused of a lot of false shit. You know, you just had this dude Polite, you know, and he was heavy on trying to come against Great Millstone on the grape doctrine, the grape understanding. And look at this motherfucker, man. Now he caught up with that shit. Good. He that diggeth the pit shall fall therein. But that is also a warning and you know, a warning to those that if you take this thing, man, in an insincere way, or if you want to behave in a rash and in an unprofessional manner, well, then you're gonna get what you put out. All right. If you walk up to your boss talking all manner of shit in his face and fuck you, man, fuck this job, man, motherfucker, you piece of shit, blah blah blah. You think he's just gonna look at you and be like, okay, I mean, yeah, because it kills motherfuckers. You know, the scriptures talk about heaping hot coals of fire on a man's head. You know, like when especially an enemy. If you apologize to an enemy and it's truly sincere, man, I've actually had this happen, man. I apologized to someone, man, that he's still my enemy to this day, but it killed him. No. He had lost his wallet. Me and this dude, man, we were about to fight, man, to be honest. It was that bad. It got real heated. It was a long time ago. Real fucking heated. And bad night, you know, whatever. But that dude dropped his wallet next to my car. I don't know how, but I found it. And I went to him like the next day to his job, and I dropped off the wallet. I was like, here, bro, you lost your wallet. And it killed him, you know? It killed him that I came up in a wise manner, in a properly behaved manner. Did I go to his job and make a scene and try to get his ass fired, you know, like these 2/3 do? No, man. I approached him properly like a man and gave him his shit back. I had no grudge behind it, and it burned him. And he couldn't have a reason to react and be like, fuck you. And it actually, eventually, you know, the fire dissipated. But look, man, how you act in this time, man, it really reflects. It really does. It really shows. You know, bros have made examples about, if you got to go cash your check just because you got to deal with an Edomite, does that mean because Esau's the devil that you just act a total asshole? You know? Like, no, man, it's about using wisdom. Because guarantee you ain't going to get your money. They have the right to refuse giving you your service. You know? But that's just a simple example. What I'm really aiming at is how you behave in the ministry, how you behave around with the brothers, how your response time. Okay? Behavior that's not offending. Because it ain't really offending us, but we don't want to affiliate ourselves with people that have nothing to do or that are not showing anything when it comes to the work of the Lord. We have nothing with you, man. He does not with us, is against us. So if you ain't bringing out wisdom, if you ain't bringing out proper conduct, if your composure is slack and lazy, we're in this thing to obey. And the ministry is where you show your obedience. Man. Ecclesiastes 9:15 says, now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. The poor wise man is us, man. And if you apply the wisdom, if you behave, all right, if you act accordingly to the scriptures and how it tells you to behave with one another, and especially with this truth, you're going to be delivered, Lord willing. But if you do anything against it, if you basically disgrace the representation of the Lord, because like I said, this is a job. This is a job, man, that we're doing. And so if you do against what the job basically if you just like basically, damn, like you're an image of this job, of the job, man. And if you're doing against what the job originally prescribed as their etiquette or their conduct, well then you're gonna get fired. And it's the same way with this. So like I said earlier, it would be wise to not offend the Lord, because hey, Psalms 51 tells you that against thee only have I sinned. You ain't sinning against us, man. The actions that you commit to one another really are against the Lord. Alright? So, you know, just something I want to talk about, Salaki, for the hiccups and the rockiness. You know, the damn signal, man, is always pissing me off. But yeah, man, just hey, man, like the scripture say, that the ministry be not blamed. Even what is that? I want to say like 2 Timothy 2:15. You know, despise not thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers. So what the heads are teaching the younger brothers, man, how the younger brothers act, you know, you're a reflection of us, because we're the ones that are teaching you. But if you're not listening to what we're saying, man, and you continue to act a certain way, then it's going to look like we're the ones teaching you to act like that, and we don't. We at Great Millstone, man, are always about changing our behavior, man. Again, being thoroughly furnished. So always looking to fit better qualities so that we can stand and represent the Lord better. So remember that. All right? But hey, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm going to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakudash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which will the kind of composure and integrity. Hey, Yahweh, Bahashim, Shai, Rakatham. Kwam Yasha Allah Shalom.